Director, thanks so much for being with us here today. You heard the suggestion right there from the presidents of Azerbaijan and Armenia. And we need to take a moment just to really celebrate this peace. And it's something that I know you've seen firsthand as a congresswoman. You have seen that contested region. But now you have these two leaders suggesting the Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah, Will, it's a truly historic day. And, you know, under this president's leadership, this historic peace deal has been truly made into reality. When people actually go back and look at the history, you hit the high points there. These two countries have been in some form of conflict, sometimes very bloody, other times a very tense situation where conflict could spark out again at any moment for over 35 years. So for this event to happen today again, President Trump said in some of his remarks today that his aspiration, his greatest aspiration as president, is to bring about peace and stability. This is yet another example of his effective leadership that brought these two leaders together in a way that hasn't happened before. And I can tell you there was a lot of work that led to this moment. This wasn't something that just happened overnight. Again, when you look at over 35 years of conflict, under President Trump's leadership, he encouraged and helped move along this ongoing negotiation between these two leaders and their countries that led to this truly historic and great event.
Director, do you maintain optimism that the list I just rattled off of at least 4 different conflicts and wars across the world could soon potentially include Ukraine and Russia? Do you maintain optimism that that will be something that President Trump is also capable of ushering into peace?
You know, I do maintain cautious optimism. I think President Trump made very clear, he is very clear-eyed about how challenging this is. We've seen this over these last 200 days since he's been in office, but we've also seen how President Trump and his leadership has made more progress and brought about more peace negotiations and peace deals than any other country and any other president, and in such a very short period of time. So if there's, and this is a sentiment that's shared by others, if there is any person who can help usher in a true peace deal and an end to this bloody war between Russia and Ukraine, it is President Trump. But again, all very clear-eyed about how challenging it is.
All right. We originally booked you today because it is August 8th. It is the 2-year anniversary of the massive fire that engulfed Lahaina, Maui, Hawaii. I visited there this summer, as I do every summer growing up throughout my life, and still go today, as I mentioned. And you, of course, are a former congresswoman from Hawaii, Director. I just went back in the last couple of weeks. I got to drive through Lahaina. I got to see the damage that remains to this day. As everyone has seen the videos, the homes, the businesses are down to the dirt. And that is actually a mark of progress to remove the terrible debris. But I also got to see something else, Director. I got to see the beginning of the rebuild. I got to see homes. I got to see people. I got to share hugs with people, for example, some of whom received the money that was helped raised right here on this network. From the viewers that are watching us right now, we are capable of raising $2.6 million from viewers of Fox News. It went out in $12,000 grants to over 212 families that I personally spoke to each and every one of them on the phone. And I just went to Lahaina, and I want to share with you, everyone watching, and then I want to talk to you, Director, as well about this, what I saw just a few weeks ago in Lahaina. This is the north side of Lahaina. We're on Front Street. You're facing the Pacific Ocean. You can see the homes that once sat right on the water, and then the neighborhoods right here going up the mountainside are largely gone, now cleared. And you can even see there some homes are starting to be rebuilt, framed out. And still in front of each lot a sign that says Hawaii Wildfire Response Debris Removal Support. 2 years later, we're still in the midst of clearing, but beginning the process of rebuilding. This is the Methodist Church, where me and my family went to church every Sunday here growing up. You can see all that's left is the staircase and the sign. This is temporary housing that the government has put up for everyone. It's pretty impressive. This is up. You can see a lot of cars, a lot of people living in this new, brand new, colorful neighborhood. This is Kakoa Mawat's family's house. So cool. It's permitted. They've moved in for 2 weeks. Electricity, water. This is one of the families your generous donations went to help.
The biggest thing is faith in God. And, you know, I always thought that He wasn't going to let us down, you know, and that no matter what, we're going to come back up. And it's so true. I sorry for the emotion, but we didn't do that, what we went through.
Everybody's struggling, you know.
I asked Becky if I could give her a hug a moment ago, and she gave me the realest hug in a long time. That's so good. All right, the Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, is still with us, and it's notable, of course, the former Congresswoman from the state of Hawaii as well. And I know you have stayed in touch. If I might, for this one moment, just refer to you as Tulsi. I know you've stayed in touch. I know you know what's happening in Lahaina, and I wanted to talk to you today.
Well, it's I'm getting choked up here watching your video there and just hearing from some of the residents there who've been able to come home, and really the gentleman that you spoke to who really highlighted having faith in God in the face of this historic and unprecedented tragedy is really the most beautiful and powerful statement that anyone could say. It's something that you and I both saw there 2 years ago in the days after this, again, historic, deadliest fire in over 100 years that our country has seen, that tragically took 102 people's lives and completely razed this historic town of Lahaina. And what you and I saw when we were there was that incredible faith in God, yes, even in the face of uncertainty and a harsh environment and loss, and how the people of Hawaii came together with their aloha to help one neighbor feeding another neighbor sheltering another, making do with what little they actually had, willing to give the shirt off their back for someone who they felt was in greater need. And that kind of kindness, that kind of love, that aloha, again, in the face of such incredible tragedy, can only come from God's unconditional love for all of us. And it's beautiful and makes my heart happy to see some of the stories that you've shared and the experience that you had there just a couple weeks ago.
Well, thank you for those words. It's incredible. You described it absolutely perfectly. I hear it over and over. Faith and belief in God, appreciation of your neighbor, and the definition of that neighbor does include the entirety of America and everybody watching. That home you just saw on your screen, you watching, you helped rebuild that home and many, many more. Tulsi, Director, thank you so much for being with us here today.
Thank you, Will. Thank you. Aloha.
Right.